Most men believe the day begins when the sun rises, when light touches the walls of their homes and noise fills the streets. They open their eyes slowly, stretching their limbs, waiting for comfort to release them from sleep. They think waking is simply the act of leaving the bed, but the truth is more severe than that. The day does not begin when the sun rises. The day begins when the mind decides who will rule, the will or the weakness that hides behind comfort. When the body wakes, it carries weight. The warmth of rest clings to it like a gentle trap. The mind whispers softly, telling you that there is still time, that one more moment of comfort will not change anything. This whisper is quiet, but it is powerful. Many men surrender to it without even noticing. They turn over, close their eyes again, and allow that whisper to guide their morning. Understand this clearly: the first battle of the day is not fought with the world, it is fought within the silence of your own mind. The moment you wake, two forces stand before you. One asks you to remain where you are, to delay action, to keep peace with comfort. The other demands that you rise immediately, without negotiation, without waiting for motivation or desire. One path strengthens weakness, the other sharpens the will. Most people lose this battle every morning, not because they are incapable, but because they have never recognized it as a battle. They believe discipline begins later in the day, during work, training, or struggle. But discipline that begins after comfort has already won is fragile. The man who negotiates with himself at dawn will continue negotiating with himself when the day becomes difficult. The first victory must happen when no one is watching, when the world is still silent. When you rise immediately, even when your body resists, something subtle begins to change within you. You teach your mind a simple truth: action does not wait for comfort. Action does not ask permission from feeling. At first, the resistance feels heavy. Your muscles are slow, your thoughts are fogged by sleep. The temptation to remain still feels strong. But when you stand up despite that resistance, the mind becomes sharper. You have made a declaration without speaking a word. You have told yourself that comfort does not lead your life. The early hours hold a rare kind of silence. In that silence, there are no demands yet, no voices asking for your attention, no noise pulling your thoughts apart. It is a moment where the mind can become clear like still water. Most men never experience this clarity because they wake only when the world begins shouting. They rush into their day already scattered. Their thoughts move in every direction. They react instead of act. By the time they begin their work, they are already behind the pace of their own discipline. But the man who claims the morning moves differently. When you rise early and step into silence, you begin the day with control. You decide your direction before the world attempts to decide it for you. Your breathing steadies, your thoughts gather. The mind becomes a blade that has been sharpened before entering battle. This practice may appear small from the outside: waking earlier, standing up without hesitation, stepping into the quiet of the morning, but its effect is not small. It reaches far beyond that single moment. Every day you repeat this act, the mind becomes harder. Not hard with anger, but with clarity. You stop waiting for the perfect feeling before you move. You begin to understand that strength is built through decision, not emotion. The world will present many battles during the day: difficult work, unexpected obstacles, moments where doubt tries to enter your thoughts. If you begin the day by surrendering to comfort, those battles will feel heavier than they truly are. But if you begin the day by defeating the first resistance within yourself, the rest of the day becomes lighter. You have already proven something important: that the voice asking you to stop is not your master. Many men fear challenges because they have trained themselves to obey the smallest resistance. When a task feels difficult, their mind remembers the comfort it chose earlier. It searches for escape again. This is why the morning matters so greatly. The first action of the day shapes the spirit that carries you through the remaining hours. Rise slowly and the mind becomes slow. Delay action and hesitation spreads through everything you do, but rise with immediate decision and the will begins to command the body. This command becomes stronger with repetition. Over time, waking early is no longer painful. The body adapts. The mind stops arguing. What once felt like struggle becomes a quiet ritual of discipline, and in that ritual something deeper forms. You begin to trust yourself. You know that when resistance appears, you will not hide from it. You know that your decisions are not controlled by comfort. This confidence does not come from words or motivation, it comes from repeated proof given to yourself in silence. While the world sleeps, you are shaping your mind. The streets are quiet, the air is cool. The darkness slowly fades as light begins to appear on the horizon. In that moment, you realize something simple yet powerful: you are already moving while most people are still dreaming. Not dreaming in sleep, but dreaming in life. They wait for the right moment, the right feeling, the right opportunity. But the disciplined understand that power is built through small victories repeated daily. The first of those victories is waking without hesitation. When the sun rises and the world begins its noise, you will already be steady, your thoughts will be clear, your will already be awake. And because of that, the world will no longer feel like something that controls you. It will feel like something you are ready to face. Win the first battle at dawn, and the rest of the day will follow your command. Most men believe waking up is a simple act. Their eyes open, their bodies move, and they think the day has begun. But this is an illusion. The true beginning of the day happens in the silent moment when the mind faces its first choice. When you wake, comfort holds you like a quiet chain. The warmth of the bed, the heaviness of the body, the soft voice in the mind that says, "Stay a little longer." This voice appears gentle, but it is the first test placed before you. Many men fail here without realizing it. They close their eyes again, convincing themselves that nothing important was lost. But understand this clearly: the first battle of the day is not fought outside in the world, it is fought inside the mind the moment you wake. If you rise immediately before excuses gather strength, you cut through that weakness like a blade through thin cloth. Your body may resist, your thoughts may argue, but action silences them. In that instant, you prove something important to yourself: you do not wait for comfort to release you. Most people allow comfort to decide when they move. Their day begins with surrender, and because of that, they spend the rest of the day reacting to life instead of commanding it. But when you stand up despite resistance, the mind begins to sharpen. Discipline becomes stronger than feeling. You start the day not as someone who follows comfort, but as someone who leads himself. And once you conquer the first battle at dawn, the rest of the day will fear your discipline.